Hey, Cancer. I need to talk to you about something that has been showing up in the cards, and honestly, when I pulled these cards for you, I had to take a moment because what I am seeing here is not random. What I am seeing is a pattern of energy that has been deliberately directed toward you. And I think you need to know about this, because it explains so much of what you have been feeling lately. So I am sitting here with your cards spread out in front of me, and the energy coming through is really specific. It is talking about isolation, about being cut off, about rituals and intentions that were designed to make sure you would struggle alone. And before you think I am being dramatic, let me just walk you through what the cards are actually showing, because this is not about fear. This is about awareness. This is about you understanding what has been happening so you can finally break free from it. The first card I pulled for you is the Hanged Man. And when this card came out, I immediately felt this energy of suspension, of being stuck in a place where you cannot move forward. But here is what is interesting about the Hanged Man in your reading. This is not just about a natural pause or a period of reflection that you chose for yourself. The energy here is showing me that you have been held in this position. Someone or multiple people have been working to keep you suspended, to keep you in this state of waiting and uncertainty. Think about it for a moment. How long have you felt like you are just hanging there, waiting for things to shift, waiting for the breakthrough that never seems to come? The Hanged Man is showing me that this has not been accidental. There is a very specific energy that has been directed at you to keep you in this liminal space, this in-between place where you cannot quite move forward, but you cannot go back either. And the reason this has been so effective is because it is subtle. It is not like someone came up to you and directly blocked your path. Instead, they have been working on an energetic level to create this sense of suspension, this feeling that no matter what you do, you just cannot seem to gain traction. What I am seeing with the Hanged Man is that rituals were performed, intentions were set, and energy was directed specifically to keep you isolated and hanging in uncertainty. The person or people who did this, they understood that the best way to weaken someone like you, Cancer, someone who draws so much strength from emotional connections and support systems, is to cut you off from those very things. They knew that if they could keep you suspended, keep you questioning yourself, keep you in this state of limbo, then you would not be able to access your natural power and intuition. And here is what makes this even more insidious. The Hanged Man also represents sacrifice, and I am seeing that you have been made to feel like you need to sacrifice your own needs, your own desires, your own forward movement for some greater purpose or for other people. You have been conditioned to believe that staying in this suspended state is somehow noble or necessary, when in reality, it has been a prison designed to keep you small and manageable. Someone wanted you to believe that your stillness was a choice, when actually it was a constraint they placed on you. The energy of the Hanged Man in this position is also showing me that you have been seeing things from an inverted perspective, and this inversion was intentional. You have been made to doubt your own perception of reality. When you felt like something was off, when you sensed that people were not being genuine with you, when you intuited that there was something working against you, you were probably told you were being paranoid or overly sensitive. That is part of the ritual, part of the energetic manipulation. They needed you to doubt your own inner knowing because your intuition is one of your greatest gifts. And if you trusted it fully, you would have seen through everything much sooner. Now, the second card that came through for you is Ace of Pentacles. And this is where things get really interesting because the Ace of Pentacles represents new beginnings in the material world. New opportunities, prosperity, abundance, all of these really tangible, grounded blessings. But in the context of your reading, with the energy of isolation and ritual work that we are uncovering, the Ace of Pentacles is showing me what was blocked from you. This card is revealing all of the opportunities, all of the abundance, all of the new beginnings that should have come to you, but were prevented from reaching you. Let me be really clear about what I am seeing here. The Ace of Pentacles is not just about money, although that is definitely part of it. This card represents seeds of potential in the physical realm. Job opportunities, financial breakthroughs, helpful people who could have connected you to resources, invitations to collaborations, chances to grow and expand in very real, tangible ways. And what the cards are showing me is that these opportunities were either blocked before they could reach you, or you were prevented from being able to recognize them or act on them when they did appear. Think about the times when you heard about an opportunity just a little too late, or when you applied for something and it seemed like your application never even got properly considered, or when connections that should have led somewhere just fizzled out for no apparent reason. The Ace of Pentacles is showing me that this was not bad luck. This was not just the universe having other plans. This was active interference. Someone or a group of people have been working to make sure that these seeds of abundance could not take root in your life. And here is what I am picking up about the ritual aspect of this. In spiritual work, when someone wants to block another person's prosperity, they often work with the element of earth, with stones or buried objects, with the intention of weighing down and preventing growth. The Ace of Pentacles appearing in your reading is showing me that earthbound rituals were used against you, things that were meant to keep your opportunities buried, to prevent new growth from sprouting in your life. It is like someone planted weeds in your garden before you even had a chance to plant your own seeds. And those weeds have been choking out anything good that tried to grow. But here is the thing that I want you to really understand about the Ace of Pentacles showing up in this reading. Yes, it is revealing what was blocked, but it is also showing you what is yours. These opportunities, this abundance, these new beginnings, they belong to you. They are your birthright. And the fact that someone had to work so hard to block them from reaching you tells you just how powerful and abundant your natural energy actually is. They would not have needed to do all of this if you were not a threat to them, if your success and abundance were not something they deeply feared. The third card I pulled is Nine of Swords, and when this one came out, I actually felt a wave of anxiety wash over me, because this card is carrying so much of your anxiety, so much of the mental torment you have been experiencing. The Nine of Swords is the card of nightmares, of waking up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing, of intrusive thoughts that will not leave you alone, of worst-case scenarios playing on repeat in your mind. And in your reading, this card is showing me that the mental anguish you have been feeling is not entirely your own. Let me explain what I mean by that. Of course, your feelings are real. Your anxiety is real. Your worries are real. I am not saying that you are imagining things or that your emotions are invalid. What I am saying is that the intensity of what you have been feeling, the overwhelming nature of the anxiety and the dark thoughts, this has been amplified and directed at you through energetic work. The Nine of Swords is showing me that part of the ritual work done against you was specifically designed to attack your peace of mind, to fill your mental space with fear and worry and doubt. Think about how you have been feeling lately, especially at night when you are alone with your thoughts. The spiraling anxiety, the inability to shut your mind off, the constant replaying of conversations and situations, the feeling that everything is falling apart or about to fall apart. The Nine of Swords is showing me that this mental state has been intentionally cultivated in you. Someone wanted you to be consumed by anxiety because when you are in that state, you cannot think clearly, you cannot make empowered decisions, you cannot access your intuition, and you definitely cannot take action to improve your situation. This is actually a really common tactic in spiritual warfare, if you want to call it that. When someone wants to weaken another person, they attack the mind first, because the mind is where we process everything, where we make sense of our reality, where we decide what actions to take. If they can fill your mind with noise and fear and confusion, then they have effectively neutralized you without you even realizing that you are under attack. You just think you are anxious. You just think you are going through a hard time. You just think there is something wrong with you, when actually there is something being done to you. And the Nine of Swords is also showing me sleepless nights, and I am seeing that your sleep has been disturbed not just by normal stress, but by energetic intrusions. You might have been having nightmares that feel unusually vivid or disturbing, or you might wake up feeling drained even though you slept for hours. Or you might feel presences or energies around you at night that make it hard to feel safe and relaxed. This is all part of the same pattern. By disrupting your sleep, by filling your dream space with fear and confusion, they keep you in a weakened state where you are always tired, always on edge, always just trying to get through the day rather than thriving and moving forward. The Nine of Swords in your reading is really about revealing the mental and emotional prison that has been constructed around you. But here is what I want you to take from this card. Now that you know this is happening, now that you can see that your anxiety and mental torment have been amplified by outside forces, you can start to separate what is truly yours from what has been imposed on you. You can start to reclaim your mental space and your peace of mind. Just the awareness alone begins to break the spell. The fourth card that came through is Strength. And this is actually a really powerful card to get in this reading because Strength is showing me your inner power, the power that they have been trying so hard to suppress. Strength is not about physical force or domination. It is about inner fortitude, about emotional resilience, about the quiet courage that keeps you going even when everything feels impossible. And the fact that this card is showing up in a reading about isolation and ritual work against you is telling me that they targeted you specifically because of your strength. Here is what I am seeing with the Strength card. You have this incredible inner power, this ability to endure and to love and to nurture even in the face of adversity. You have this gentle strength that is actually much more powerful than any aggressive force could ever be. And someone saw that in you, recognized it, and felt threatened by it. They knew that if you were allowed to fully embody your strength, if you were connected to your support systems and your resources, if you were able to move forward unimpeded, you would be unstoppable. So they had to isolate you, they had to cut you off, they had to make you doubt yourself and your power. But the Strength card is showing me that despite everything that has been done to you, despite all the rituals and the energetic attacks and the isolation, your core strength has remained intact. It has been buried, it has been obscured, you have been disconnected from it, but it has not been destroyed. And this is what they did not count on. They thought that if they could just suppress you long enough, your strength would wither away. But that is not how true strength works. Your strength is not dependent on external circumstances. It is intrinsic to who you are. What I am also seeing with the Strength card is that you have been taming your own inner beasts, your own fears and doubts and shadows, even while under attack. You have been doing the inner work, even if you did not realize that you were also fighting against external interference. And that inner work has been preparing you for this moment, for the moment when you wake up to what has been happening and you decide that enough is enough. The Strength card is telling me that you have everything you need within you to break free from this isolation, to reverse the effects of whatever has been done to you, and to reclaim your power and your path. There is also this element of compassion in the Strength card, and I am seeing that part of your power is your ability to remain compassionate even toward those who have wronged you. This does not mean you have to keep them in your life or trust them again. It means that you can acknowledge their actions without letting bitterness and revenge consume you. You can choose to rise above, to focus on your own healing and empowerment rather than getting dragged into the same low vibrational energy that they are operating from. That is true strength, and that is what sets you apart. The fifth card I pulled for you is Five of Pentacles. And this card hits hard because it is the card of hardship, of being left out in the cold, of poverty and lack and exclusion. In traditional tarot imagery, the Five of Pentacles often shows two figures walking past a church in a snowstorm, injured and struggling, while light and warmth are visible through the church windows just behind them. They are so focused on their suffering that they do not even see the help that is right there. In your reading, the Five of Pentacles is showing me the result of the isolation and the blocked opportunities. This card is revealing how the rituals and energetic attacks manifested in your physical reality. You have been struggling financially, emotionally, physically. You have felt like you are on the outside looking in, like everyone else has support and resources and community, while you are left to fend for yourself in harsh conditions. You have probably felt abandoned, forgotten, like no matter how hard you try, you just cannot seem to get ahead or find solid ground. And here is the really painful part that the Five of Pentacles is showing me. There were people who could have helped you. There were resources available. There were doors you could have walked through to get the support you needed. But part of the ritual work done against you was to blind you to these options. to make you unable to see the help that was right there within reach. It is like they put blinders on you so that you would keep walking in the cold, keep struggling, keep feeling alone, even when you did not have to. The Five of Pentacles is also showing me a very specific kind of spiritual poverty, a feeling of being cut off not just from material resources but from spiritual support and guidance. You might have felt like your prayers were not being heard, like your spiritual practices were not working anymore, like you had been abandoned by the universe or by whatever higher power you believe in. And this feeling of spiritual abandonment is one of the most painful forms of isolation, because it attacks your sense of meaning and hope. When you feel spiritually bankrupt, it is hard to believe that things can or will get better. But here is what I need you to understand about the Five of Pentacles in this reading. This card is showing you the depth of what has been done to you, yes, but it is also showing you that the struggle is ending. The reason this card is coming up now is because you are about to turn around and see the light in the window. You are about to realize that you have not been as alone or as helpless as you thought. You are about to discover that the help and the resources and the support have been there all along. You just were not able to perceive them because of the energetic interference. The sixth and final card I pulled for you is Nine of Pentacles. And Cancer, when this card came out, I actually felt emotional because this is your future. This is where you are heading. This is what is waiting for you on the other side of all this darkness and struggle. The Nine of Pentacles is the card of independence, self-sufficiency, abundance that you have created through your own efforts, enjoying the fruits of your labor in peace and beauty. This is you in your garden, literally and metaphorically, surrounded by everything you have cultivated, finally able to relax and appreciate what you have built. What the Nine of Pentacles is showing me is that you are going to come out of this period of isolation and hardship stronger, wiser and more abundant than ever before. All of the struggle, all of the work you have been doing to survive and to maintain your integrity despite everything, it is going to pay off in ways that exceed what you can currently imagine. The Nine of Pentacles is showing me that you are going to build a life of true independence and prosperity, and it is going to be yours in a way that nothing can be taken from you. Here is what I love about the Nine of Pentacles showing up in this position. This card is telling me that you are not just going to recover from what was done to you. You are going to thrive. You are going to create a life that is so abundant and fulfilling that all of this pain and struggle will fade into the background. You are going to look back on this time and realize that it made you who you are meant to be, that it taught you lessons you could not have learned any other way, that it forced you to develop a kind of inner strength and self-reliance that will serve you for the rest of your life. The Nine of Pentacles is also showing me that you are going to be alone in the best possible way. Not lonely, not isolated, but genuinely enjoying your own company, your own space, your own energy. You are going to reach a point where you do not need anyone else to complete you or validate you or support you, because you will have learned how to do all of that for yourself. And from that place of wholeness and independence, you will be able to choose relationships and connections that truly add value to your life, rather than accepting whatever crumbs people are willing to give you. There is also this energy of refinement and sophistication in the Nine of Pentacles. I am seeing you developing your tastes, your skills, your knowledge, really becoming a master of your craft, whatever that craft may be. This period of isolation, as painful as it has been, has given you time to develop yourself in ways that you would not have if you had been distracted by draining relationships and false opportunities. You have been forced to go within, to cultivate your own garden, and the result is going to be something truly beautiful and valuable. So Cancer, let me bring all of this together for you. What these cards are showing me is that you have been the target of deliberate spiritual and energetic work designed to isolate you, to block your opportunities, to fill your mind with fear and anxiety, and to keep you struggling and separated from help and support. The Hanged Man showed me the suspension and forced perspective shift. The Ace of Pentacles revealed the blocked abundance and opportunities. The Nine of Swords exposed the mental torment and amplified anxiety. Strength reminded you of the inner power that they have been trying to suppress. The Five of Pentacles illustrated the hardship and the help you could not see. And the Nine of Pentacles showed me where you are heading, which is toward independence, abundance, and true fulfillment. This has not been in your head. This has not been bad luck. This has been intentional. Someone or a group of people saw your light, saw your potential, saw the life you could create, and they could not handle it. Maybe it was jealousy, maybe it was fear, maybe it was a desire to control you or keep you small so they could feel bigger. Whatever their motivation, they engaged in practices designed to hold you back and hold you down. But here is what they did not understand. You cannot keep a Cancer down forever. Your strength, your resilience, your ability to nurture yourself and rebuild even from nothing, these are forces of nature. And now that you are becoming aware of what has been happening, now that the cards have revealed the truth, you can start to actively work on breaking these energetic ties and reversing what has been done. You need to start protecting your energy, Cancer. Get serious about spiritual hygiene. Cleanse your space regularly, protect yourself before you go to sleep, be mindful of who you let into your energy field and your physical space. Start reclaiming your mental space from the anxiety and the intrusive thoughts. When you catch yourself spiraling, recognize that not all of those thoughts are yours. Start affirming your right to abundance, to opportunity, to support and connection. Start calling back your power from everyone and everything that has taken it from you. And most importantly, start trusting yourself again. Trust your intuition. Trust your perception. If something or someone feels off, believe that feeling. You have been made to doubt yourself for too long. Your inner knowing is powerful and accurate. And it is time to honor it again. The Nine of Pentacles is showing me that you are going to come out of this not just okay, but flourishing. You are going to build something beautiful and abundant and entirely your own. And when you get there, you are going to look back on this time and understand why it all had to happen this way. You are stronger than they ever gave you credit for, Cancer. You are more powerful than they wanted you to know. And your time is coming. Actually, your time is already here. It is time to step out of the cold and into the warmth. It is time to turn around and see the help that has been waiting for you. It is time to reclaim everything that is yours.